My first foray into the Yakuza series has been an interesting one to say the least. I went in expecting a Grand Theft Auto game set in Japan, but what I got was nothing like that. What I got was so much better. Yakuza Zero is a story-focused, semi-open world action game, with RPG and beat-em-up elements thrown into the mix. It isn't quite an open world, but that doesn't stop it from feeling like one. There are several districts, and each one of those is fully open and ripe for exploration. I like to think of it as an open world that isn't artificially stretched out with big, empty bits of land. Everything is very compact and very dense, which makes the exploration a whole lot of fun, because you can pass by the same area 4 or 5 times, and then on your 6th, you notice something you didn't before. The story itself is actually split into 2 parts, and it is without a doubt the most intense story about a single piece of real estate you will ever experience, but I won't spoil any more than that. It's definitely worth your time, and I think it's better if you go in fresh. The one thing I did really like about the story though is just how sane the protagonist is, which actually kind of extends to all of the characters. Oftentimes in story-driven games I find myself saying things like, oh, like seriously, you're trusting that guy? You know, kind of like how in Green Lantern apparently nobody ever thought Sinestro may actually be evil. The guy's name is Sinestro! But anyway, there were several times in Yakuza Zero when I was about to say that exact same thing, because a shady looking character would come in, make an offer or whatever, and I was expecting the protagonist to just go along with it. But each time I was delighted to see the characters have common sense. Too often in games is a character clearly portrayed as shady or evil to us as players, but we're expected to believe that the character we are in control of can't see what we're seeing. And that was definitely not the case in Yakuza Zero. Honestly, what isn't there to discover? There are mountains of side quests jam-packed into the world, karaoke bars where you can play a fairly in-depth music rhythm game, restaurants, bars where you can get yourself drunk, there's an arcade where you can play full versions of Space Harrier and Outrun, skill tester machines, lottery machines, batting cages, and I kid you not, there is an erotic video establishment. What I'm about to show you is direct from the game, no editing whatsoever. If you are at work or underage, I'd advise minimizing for 10 seconds. Yeah, it's actually kind of a side quest in and of itself. The way you unlock videos at the establishment is by discovering girls out in the world. You may have to just talk to them or do a side quest, or they might have some other kind of weird requirement, like getting a good karaoke score. The best part about that establishment though is the achievement you get after watching one of the videos. It's just a testament to how weird and wild this game is. They don't hold anything back, and it's really great. The world feels consistently too weird to exist, but it's like you never have to suspend disbelief at any of it. The combat is very much like a beat-em-up style game. You'll often be outnumbered and you need to dispose of your opponents quickly with a series of light and heavy attacks, grabs and specials called heat moves. Most big action set pieces related to the story will have you marching your way through groups of enemies to get to your goal. For the first time in the series though, you are able to switch fighting styles. Each style has its own strengths and weaknesses, and the game did a good job of explaining when each of them comes in handy. There are also full upgrade paths for each fighting style, like a talent tree or skill system. You can unlock new moves, combos, abilities, and buffs using cash. I really like this system because money is suddenly a very valuable resource. You pretty much need it for everything. You don't just buy stuff with money, you also level up with it. Having that unified resource makes your spending choices much more impactful. I've seen a lot of people comment on the graphics looking dated, but I don't feel that way at all. I think the game looks really damn good. The art style and graphics make for stunning character designs. Look how dangerous this guy looks. It also performs rock solid as well. I didn't notice frame rate dips or lagging at any point, and the environments felt very alive and interesting. The soundtrack also does a really good job of putting you in the right mindset. The music during the big action pieces gets the blood pumping, and I have to say some of the songs available for karaoke are pretty catchy. There are also some hilarious karaoke ventures though.
Come on, baby. Oi. 聞かさ
Yakuza Zero is a one-of-a-kind experience. It truly is. It is easy to see why this series has such a cult following, and I'm honestly a little angry at myself for not jumping into the series earlier. The good news though is that Yakuza Zero is a prequel, so it's the perfect time to dive into the series if you haven't yet, and you should definitely dive in as soon as you can. You have no idea what you're missing. Thanks for watching. Are you a Yakuza fan, or is this the first time you've heard of it? Jump down in the comment section and let me know. If you like this review, be sure to hit that like button, and if you enjoy my content, you could consider supporting my channel on Patreon. Links for all that and more are in the description. Other than that, I'll see you all soon.